Stephen. Hey everybody, welcome back to The Late Show. You know who that is, the one, the only Woody Harrelson. Woody, thank you for being here. It's so nice when you stop by. Woody, I did not know that I had a choice, but thank you. Stephen. If you have to be getting pressed into something, I'm glad that it's our show. One of the nice things about talking to you is, first of all, I don't know where the stories are going to go. When I talk to you, and we never talk ahead of time, there is no pre-interview. It's Woody Harrelson. We'll figure out what happens. It's an active discovery every time I talk to you, but it only whets my appetite to know more about Woody Harrelson. And so I was hoping we have something called the Colbert Questionert. It's a series of questions designed specifically to descend into the depths of that person, that intimate space of their consciousness and soul, so that they can be fully known. Because what do we want to be? Not alone. And if you are known, you are never alone. So I'm offering you a chance to be known by the world. And will you take that opportunity, that golden ticket right now? Woody. Yes. Stephen. First question. Woody Harrelson, what is the best sandwich? Woody. I'm going to say chunky peanut butter with banana and honey on a whole grain open-faced sandwich. Stephen. That is quality. That is quality. Are we toasting? Woody. Toasting is nice. Stephen. What was your first concert? I know we've talked about the Dead, but what was the first you ever went to? Woody. Yes. Stephen. You saw the band? Yes. Woody. That's right. Stephen. Round the lake. Woody. They come out of the sky. I forgot how good his voice is. Stephen. You have a lovely voice too. I am holding space for you, Woody. Woody Harrelson. What is the scariest? Animal? Woody. Human. Stephen. The most dangerous. Here's one, I'm sure you've thought this through. Apples or oranges? Woody. Oranges. Stephen. Interesting. Woody. Only because I have orange juice every day. I love orange juice. Fresh squeezed, organic. Stephen. That's understood. It makes a difference. Have you ever asked anyone for their autograph? Woody. That picture you had shown, I just got Bob Weir and Mickey. Stephen. This photo? Woody. That. We showed weeks ago when you were here. Stephen. Weeks ago? Woody. Weeks ago, I forgot about that. Yes, I remember. Stephen. Remember, Woody? Remember how you came back to do the Colbert Questionert? You wore the same outfit? What was your answer again? Autograph? Woody. Oranges. Stephen. What do you think happens when we die? Woody. I think that your ethereal body leaves your corporeal body and floats around, and it's kind of a pre-party. Stephen. A pre-party? You pre-game before you go on to someplace else, like a purgatory? Woody. I think you keep going. Stephen. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Woody. You might become like a pigeon in New York. I don't know. Stephen. You must have been pretty bad if you're a pigeon in New York. Do you think this is your first time around, or multiple times? Woody. It feels like the first time, you know. It feels fresh. Stephen. It feels like the first time. Stephen. Favorite action movie? Woody. Anything Paul Greengrass, the Bourne movies. Stephen. I would call that a smattering. Woody. That is a very polite audience. Stephen. For one of the greatest film franchises of all time. Woody. Of all time. But they give it a little. Stephen. Window or aisle seat? Woody. Window. Stephen. Love the view? Woody. Sure. Stephen. Polite conversation. Just keeping the ball rolling, popping the balloon back and forth. Woody. I like a window. Stephen. No. You're on a plane. You can roll the window down. Woody. You said window or aisle seat. Stephen. You have a car with an aisle? That's a big car. Man, a car with an aisle. You are famous. Stephen. Favorite smell? Woody. Favorite smell? I mean, I like. Stephen. Least favorite smell? Woody. Oh, speaking of, this happened on a plane recently where someone was painting their nails. That is an offensive thing. Stephen. And it is super flammable too. Woody. I had to open the window. Stephen. All right. You're pitching a perfect game, but you don't talk about it. Earliest memory? Woody. Birth. Stephen. Are you one of those guys who remembers the light and that kind of stuff? Woody. I remember it was dark. Stephen. For a while and humid. Woody. It was dark and humid and I did not want to leave. Ironically, born 2 months early. Stephen. Really? Woody. Yes. Stephen. That's fantastic. Cats or dogs? Woody. Cats and dogs. Stephen. All right, you only get one song to listen to for the rest of your life. That doesn't mean you have to listen to it continually. But when you do listen to a song, this is the only one you get. What's the song? Woody. I guess it's time that I reveal. I am a Swiftie. Stephen. Grateful Swiftie. Woody. I think that song. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. It goes like this. The fourth, the fifth, the minor falls and the major lifts. The baffled king composes hallelujah. Stephen. That's a good one. That is a good one. What number am I thinking of? Woody. Is it a single-digit number? Stephen. What number am I thinking of? Woody. 4. Stephen. No. Woody Harrelson. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words. Woody. 60. More excellent years ahead. Stephen. Congratulations, Woody, you are known. Woody Harrelson, everybody. We'll be right back. And there you have it. Woody Harrelson, actor, storyteller, philosopher, and as we've now learned, a certified Swiftie, has officially completed the Colbert Questionert. Through the quirks and tangents, laughter and thoughtful pauses, we've gotten a little bit closer to the core of a man who is equal parts unpredictable and authentic. It's no easy thing to sit in that chair and just be yourself, unscripted, unfiltered, and maybe even slightly confused about whether we're talking about airline seats or luxury cars with aisles. But Woody does it with ease and charm, and, in doing so, reminds us what makes live conversation so exciting. The magic of not knowing where it's going to go next. From reminiscing about his first concert, yes, literally yes, to serenading us with hallelujah. He's given us glimpses into a soul that clearly doesn't take life too seriously, yet also doesn't miss its beauty. He's that rare kind of guest who can talk about spiritual theories, of the afterlife and nail polish smells on airplanes with the same sense of wonder and curiosity. And whether it's talking about his earliest memory, from before most of us even had a name for memories, or declaring he has 60 more excellent years ahead, Woody shows us a worldview that is uniquely optimistic, a little offbeat, and totally sincere. There's something comforting about watching someone who's both in on the joke and totally earnest about the answer. It's that duality, deep and funny, cosmic and casual, that makes Woody such a fascinating presence. He doesn't give the kind of answers that sound rehearsed. He gives the kind of answers that make you want to keep asking questions. And that maybe is the whole point of something like the Colbert Questionnaire, to remind us that behind every name on a marquee is a real person, full of contradictions, charm, and their own strange logic about the universe. And as for the rest of his life, 60 more excellent years. You have to admire that kind of clarity. It's not just an answer, it's a declaration. One that says, yeah, I've been around, but I'm just getting started. And whether he spends those years acting, singing, Leonard Cohen philosophizing about reincarnation, or opening imaginary plane windows, one thing is clear. We'll all be better off for hearing more from Woody Harrelson. So, to Woody. Thank you for showing up, speaking truth and nonsense, and being fully, unapologetically yourself. You are officially known. And if knowing you makes us feel a little less alone, well, that's the whole point. We'll be right back.